Hello and welcome to another Let's Play by me, the GamerWolfSix of Morenatsu, the original Kouya route. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can go down to the link in the description where you can download and play this game for free. And if there's any H content in this episode, we're going to skip over it because YouTube. And with that, let's start. A beautiful melody filled up the area. Kaisuke-san's drums, Jun-kun's bass, Yuki-san's singing voice, and also Kouya's guitar. All of that overlapped each other and settled into one song. I listened to it, and the mood was great. That's what I felt, all the way down to the very end. Kouya's face seemed very low-key today. Today also had a string of repeat performances. Everyone said that it was more synthetic than yesterday's. This time, even I noticed that it wasn't really well played. The pitch was evidently starting to waver. Yesterday, when Kouya opened up about his impatience, it didn't disappear. Instead, it seemed to become something that was really bothering him. I could tell how painful it was. And, more than anything, I was the most irritated by it. As I quietly kept watching, Kouya continued on with this song. I was worried. Yesterday, Kouya said that he'd show me he could get over it. It's not that I didn't have faith in him, but I was concerned. Words of support repeated themselves in my mind, feeling almost like a prayer. That's the only thing I could do. Before long, the end of the song approached. A quick question. Is the music we were just hearing the song, kind of? You could say that. This hope-invoking melody for a lonely future left drawn-out notes and then faded out. The silence was born. But it was torn down immediately. Kouya, are you okay? He seemed worried about it. The tone said, it's kind of weird, it's like Sigh-D. You can always say something, we're here for you, right? Sorry, really. Kouya laughed apologetically as he responded, but I was able to tell. Kouya laughed, I could tell that laughter was forced. I figured that to begin with, I'd go up to Kouya and hand out the drink bottles. Okay, here you go, Kouya. Oh, thank you. With that short comment, he took the bottle from my hand. Just for a second, he looked kind of tired. Since he wasn't playing up to scratch, I think he's getting irritated and getting worse. For now, it might be best to take a break. Guys, how about a break? Now's a pretty good time for one, since you've been doing non-stop work for a while. That's true. I'm starting to get tired myself, but what do you think, oh glorious leader? I'm not sure how well people can sing and constantly. Like after 2 Let's Plays of constant talking and Morenatsu stuff and Nekojishi, my voice really does start to waver. Okay, let's have a break then. And I guess fingers from guitars and stuff would also start doing stuff too, but I guess get calluses or something. You fine with that, Jun? Jun-kun gave a sudden nod. It looked like everyone agreed. Everyone sat down on the floor to relax. After I handed out the drinks to the other 3, I turned to my chair over by the wall. Even if it was just little, it'd be great if this improved Kouya's mood. Seriously though, what's up with you, Kouya? You don't seem like yourself. Yeah, something's different. It feels like you're trying to rush something, but am I imagining things? For some reason, the conversation's making me uncomfortable. Kaisuke-san and Yuki-san are both saying strangely familiar things. It's like they don't know about Kouya's promise. Well, they don't, I don't think. Yeah, it's like your head's already gone off ahead. Could that be it? That Kouya hasn't told them about it yet? My heart started beating uncomfortably in my chest. I mean, it's true Kaisuke-san and I can't be around in the next 4 months. But, so I can get being impatient because of that. So wait, Kaisuke-san's leaving? I didn't know that. How about relaxing a bit? Just a bit. Kouya? Yeah, just like Jun and Yuki said. It's not like the next concert will be the last one. Well, not many to go with. Not many to go with. This kind of thing is in public. But just take a load off for a while. Kouya stood up, interrupting Yuki-san. Then, I need to get some fresh air. I'm seriously sorry. He said that and quickly left the studio. The door cracked open. All that was left behind was awkward silence. Did I say something wrong? Kaisuke-san mumbled in astonishment, and the place started moving again. This isn't the time for me to be taken aback, too. I have to run after him. Sorry, guys. I have to run out for a sec. I'll be right back. Oh, wait, Daku. I quickly jabbered out without turning my head as I ran. I heard Yuki-san's voice from behind me, but I didn't have the time to turn back and look at him. The door creaked open. Oh, he's gone. Oh man. Maybe I should go too? No, stop. Darkroom probably knew something which could be related to why Kouya is so wound up. The next one might be the last one. Last concert for Kouya. Jun, did you hear something about this? No. But somehow, that's the feeling I had. And what happened just confirmed it. When Dark-san came over all of a sudden, I thought it was a bit strange. And then, when I saw the two of them, I had that feeling they weren't calm. Oh. And then I said that there'd be the next time. Maybe, I think that we're worrying about it. Something must have happened in Minasato. But we don't need to worry. We are forever with. That's what Kouya said. It says it isn't over. So many things and people can be put after with. And one day, it'll be one word. Kouya helped us all. That's why he made this word. He felt his friends were the most important thing, more than anything else. But up until now, Kouya couldn't help anybody. Since he won't say he'll help himself, we didn't notice. However, there's now a person that can help Kouya. If that person stays near Kouya, it'll be okay. Still, I kind of regret it. Jun, you're unusually talkative today. Not really. You're so shy, man. But I see. If it's like that, I guess we need to think up a reprimade instead of an apology. Huh. What's a reprimade? We are forever with, after all. The store interior is completely dark. Since clothing time has passed long ago, the manager was also gone. But right now, none of that mattered to me. Chasing after Kouya was the only thing on my mind. That thought kept circling around me. I ran past all the instruments around me, and stood in the front of the entryway. Hurry, my feelings urged me on. It should have been simple to turn the key, but I refused to open. I bit down my lower lip, and the pain made me calm down. The lock turned. Then I was able to push the door open. I suddenly noticed someone's presence to my left. Because of that, I thought to start looking around. I slowly turned my head, and there I saw him. It was Kouya, who should have been outside. The only lighting in the shop was from the window. From there, the moonlight shone on the walls. Weren't you going out to get some fresh air? That was a lie. He replied without looking at me in the eye. Everyone's worried. I'm sorry about that. Kasuki-sen kind of overwhelmed. He has his honesty, even though it's my fault. You didn't tell him about the promise, did you? If that's the case, you didn't tell him this could be his last contest. I wasn't planning on telling them until the end. Even if I don't do well now and go home, I don't plan on quitting the guitar. When we started, the four of us, we all decided to go through with it. If any one of us left, it'd be the end of Miskus. That was the promise. That's why I planned on continuing no matter what. I want to be a member of this band. I didn't want to make them worry too much. I didn't want to make anybody worry. Worry about what would happen if the band split up. Is that why you thought it'd be okay to take all this on yourself? Yeah. Kouya confirmed in a voice that sounded like it could go out any second. I felt like I've seen this Kouya before. Right now, what are you thinking about? When Kasuki said that there'd be a next time, I didn't know what would happen to me. I don't intend on stopping, but if I couldn't go on. When I thought that, I didn't know what I should do. Kasuki, Yuki, even June, they all still encouraged me, even after that. I couldn't carry this all by myself. Even though you taught me, that night at the river, I made the same mistake again. Kouya spoke in a whisper. His voice was shaking. He really is sorry about it. And I should have been able to rely on you more. Kouya cast his eyes down. A single tear ran down his cheek. In the faint moonlight, it reflected in a glint. Kouya. Most likely, I think Kouya started to forget the times he relied on other people. Kouya, who left home after graduating middle school. Because of a fight, he ran out and started living alone. When Kouya was trying to figure out how to live alone, he was desperate. People aren't meant to be independent at 16 after all. During that time, a lot of people must have helped him. People are meant to support each other, I think. Then, somehow, he started trying to fend for himself. After that, Kouya must have stopped relying on people. He's probably forgotten how to do that now. That's where I'm guessing it came from. His absolute kindness of his. More than anyone, he hated to see people hurt. So, if it's for his friends, he'd help and risk his life. But since he'd forgotten how to depend on others, I don't know how best to help him. In the end, he's become this awkward. I think his real self is strong. That's why he stood alone. Sadly, that strength became tied to fragility. To me, that's what it felt like. Still, that can be changed bit by bit. It's not the same thing. Dark. You didn't make the same mistake. This time, you didn't notice it by yourself. It's different from that time. Kouya, you already know the best thing to do, don't you? I walked one step closer to him. If I put my hand out, it'd be within arm's length of him. Since he was leaning back on the wall, his face was right in front of me. Dark. In the midst of his crying, Kouya said my name. And at last, he was looking at me. I gently held him close to me, his tears running down my chest. If you're done thinking about your regrets, how about we go back to everyone? After all, they're all waiting for you. He said nothing and cried quietly into my chest. I said nothing more and gently stroked his head. Oh, welcome back. When we got back to the studio, Keisuke-san's smile greeted us just like always. But he didn't say anything after that. He must be waiting for one of us to speak up. Kouya had a reasonably strong relationship with everyone else. Rather than leaving things unsaid, there were probably parts that were better heard for themselves. I'm pretty sure that earlier, everyone figured that Kouya was thinking. And then, they came to the correct conclusion. That's why they aren't talking. They were waiting for Kouya to speak up first. Kouya. I urged him on with a look as I stood behind him. Yeah, I get it. After responding, he took a step forward and opened his mouth. Guys, I'm really sorry about worrying you. I'm alright now. But before we get back to practice, there's something I want to tell you all. Okay? Alright. What is it, Kouya? Yuki-san kindly spoke in a voice that said he would be there for him. The others waited as Kouya in the same way. I think it might be possible that the next concert will turn out to be my last. I think you all know that I ran away from home. The other day, I promised I'd go back if the next results bring nothing. I thought I wanted to take responsibility. If I go back home, I don't plan stopping with the guitar. But, just maybe, things might not work out that way. Lately, I think I haven't been doing well because I've been thinking about that. I took it upon myself and went under. I tried moving quickly to not worry you guys, and ended up causing trouble instead. Seriously, I'm sorry. If it depended on you guys more, it would have been better. I'm truly, honestly sorry about that. Kouya hung his head a little. However, everyone was fine with just that. I see. Well, you said it. If you keep going on like this before, you'd probably never say anything until the very end. But you better not do that next time. We are forever with. All of us are here. We've got dog tags with that carved into them. That was the phase you picked out for us. It was a bit too long, but the last word was supposed to be us, wasn't it? That's why it's just like you said. You can count on us more. Actually, rely on us. You're always together, right? Keisuke-san smiled and laughed without any words. He's just always said his careless attitude about him. But he really is a peerless leader. Peerless? I think that's supposed to be fearless. That's what I thought. After all, he just settled all of this with nothing but a smile. It's just like magic. Sorry, Keisuke. It's fine. apologizing so much wears me out. Now, since you've come back and we know the story, let's make a new circle of our feelings. A circle? Something crazy again? It'll be fine. We did a lot when we were setting up the band, didn't we? It'll be actually what we need if we want things to be the way they were. Even complaining. Come on. Wait, enough complaining. Come on. You too, Jun Kouya. Ah, that hurts, Kaisuke. Okay. Just let go of my neck. Are you trying to strangle me? Kaisuke-san caught Yuki-san under his arms. After seeing that, both Kouya and Jun-kun moved to Kaisuke-san. Come on. Don't just stand there, Dark. Come over here. Eh? Me too? What are you saying, oh great manager? You're our important 5th member, of course. Well, I am, I guess. I was honestly happy. Kaisuke-san's words made me unexpectedly annoyed, but I put up with it and ran over. After settling between Kouya and Jun-kun, I leant into the circle. All of us came face to face with each other. Alright, when you're in the next contest, it's gonna be the biggest landslide win ever. I'm not joking when I say our futures hang on it. Losing is impossible, so much so that you'll die if it somehow happens. We are forever with. We'll win for sure. Yeah. 5 voices became one. I'm sure that with our bonds, we can't lose to any other group. Kouya's bike cut straight through the night. Today's practice ended on that note. Everyone steel up your feelings tonight, our leader ordered. There were no objections. It seemed like everyone there could use a break. All of us believed Kouya was essential. Everyone spent the day practicing hard. At this point, there were no talks about the basics. Tomorrow practice is the last day we get. The only thing left to do now is make the performance as ideal as possible. It's a basic task, but it's also extremely difficult. The most crucial thing here is definitely everyone's hearts. If we're prepared, it should be business as usual. However, the situation is different this time. It's probably why we need a new resolve. The conviction to overcome the pressure of losing, that sort of determination. I probably have to steel myself too. Everyone has recognized me as the 5th. The one who shouldn't be ashamed of the title. My arms are clasped tightly around Kouya's waist. That helped me calm down a little. It's okay, we can do this, my mind muttered, as if to convince me. The bike sped up a little. In what I felt like a blink of an eye, we're back in Minasato, and the roar of the engine ceased. I really caused a lot of trouble today. Sorry you had to see me in such a pitiful mood. As soon as we got inside, Kouya spoke up. I laughed at that, waving my hand in dismissal. Nah, you weren't, really. People have times like that on occasion. I didn't see it's pitiful either. It actually made me happy to feel like you trusted me. It's embarrassing. Stop saying that. He bluntly spoke his mind. Then, in a sudden movement of shyness, he looked at the floor. His face was red. I thought it was kind of cute, so I considered teasing him a little bit longer. In the end, I decided against it. No, it's more I couldn't say anything. Silence moved in to fill the space between us. There were plenty of things that could be said. Something to tease Kouya with. Or maybe some other topic? But this timing, combined with the mood Kouya was in, it made me hesitate to say anything. I felt like my chest was rumbling, and it felt uncomfortable in here. I can't move at all. It's something I felt recently. Hey, Dark? His face was still red. Kouya suddenly spoke up. He looked straight at me. I could feel something in that gaze. Suddenly, the scene in front of me overlapped with images in my head. What I saw was the day at the summer festival. The memory of when we sat on the stone steps, waiting for the fireworks. When I became aware of that memory, my heart began beating faster. Do you remember the day of the festival? Yeah? At the time, I was seriously about to tell you. But after that, things kept getting in the way. I'm sure that if I don't say it now, I'll never be able to. That's why I'll say it now. Dark, Kouya continued on. Maybe you realized it. These weren't the same words he used before. I still didn't know what was going to come after them. My heartbeats reverberated throughout my body, thumping loudly in my ears. As Kouya pierced through me, I couldn't look away. My chest constricted painfully. In the moment he paused, I felt kind of sick. It felt like I was trapped in an illusion that would never end. However, that wasn't true, as Kouya soon found the words that he'd lost that day. And this time, they wouldn't be interrupted. I'm in love with you. My heart stopped ringing in my ears. Inside my head, everything was going pure white. I don't understand what he's saying. I was a little interested in you when you came back. Then, after we started living together, my feelings grew deeper. Saying it to everyone else doesn't feel that special, but when I say it to you, I feel so happy. I don't really get it myself. At the start, I wonder if it was all in my head. But it's not like that after all. Today really brought it home to me. I love you. That's the second time he said it. This time, I was able to catch a bit of it. So would this be that confessing his fine... right? Really? Really? You aren't lying? I'm not lying. Words wouldn't come out. Something I should be saying. Are you okay with me? When I finally got something out, Kouya nodded vigorously. It made me so happy. I felt like crying. But I can cry later. Right now, I have to actually answer him. I feel the same way about you. So, how do I put this? I can't say it all that well, but... My train of thought was lost when my field of vision suddenly darkened. Kouya was hugging me tightly. Kouya? I was so surprised by the action, I lost my tongue again. Sorry, but when you said you felt the same, I felt so happy. Do you want me to stop? No. Staying like this is fine. Besides, I feel the same. With things like this, there's nothing left to say. I moved my arms around Kouya's back and hugged him tightly in return. Being so close to him, he felt very warm. I didn't really understand where things were going, but it felt so comfortable. I was wrapped up in his warmth. A sense of inexpressible happiness filled me. My head gradually emptied out, almost as if it were floating out into space. It's a mysterious feeling. Dark? Hearing Kouya say my name, I raised my head. Kouya's beautiful golden eyes were right there. The image of my expression was reflected in them. and with each passing moment, it got larger. Kouya was slowly bringing his face closer to mine. I could feel his faint breathing so near to me. Soon, there weren't any distance between us. And suddenly, that distance became 0. Our lips touched as though drawn to each other. Even after parting, the sweet numbness remained. I spoke, almost reflexively. Kouya, huh? So, just from that, Kouya picked up on what I wanted to do. Dark, you sure? Yeah. If it's with you, I want to try it, I think. After telling him this, Kouya smiled slightly. A thump pounded my chest in response. Just that one tiny gesture felt so adorable. Kouya slowly closed his eyes, and at the same time drawing his lips closer again. I closed my own eyes and waited for the next time to come. We kissed again. This time, it was different from the feeling fleeting touch we had before. Kouya breathed in and pulled me close. Then, he pushed his long tongue in my mouth. I was a bit surprised by the suddenness of it, but not a second later, my body relaxed again. After making sure it wasn't resisting, Kouya began to move. He traced along the row of my teeth with his tongue and entangled his with my own. He continued without pause. I started to get used to it. During all that sweet stimulation, it let out only a short gasp. Phew, I don't know how to make these noises. As we moved deeper into our kiss, the two of us started breathing heavily. A breath blew out at the tip of Kouya's nose, which excited me even more. Before long, we slowly separated. A small, trailing thread of saliva connected to our mouths, which disappeared a second later. I'm not used to long and deep kisses. To make up for the lack of breath, I sucked in oxygen all the way with all my strength. You okay, Dark? Yeah, I'm fine. That was amazing. The sensations were overwhelming, so it was difficult to articulate anything. My brain switched to a simpler vocabulary. It was good, wasn't it? You seemed pretty excited. Kouya tapped my crotch lightly as he said that. A sharp feeling shot through within me, stimulating much more than the kiss had. My face turned hot with embarrassment in a flash. Well, that was my first time. We only just started, you know. I'd do something even better for you. While he was speaking, he turned out the lights. Now, only the night sky filtering through the window illuminated us. My eyes were unintentionally drawn away because of the dreamlike scenery. But almost immediately, the illusion disappeared. What? Kouya carried me to the bed and gently pushed me down onto it. Wait, Kouya. It's okay. Just trust me. Kouya whispered tenderly into my ear. Then, he carefully began removing my clothes. Sorry for that cut right there. You know, YouTube's policy with regards to age content. But if you're interested in seeing that scene, you can either download the game from the link down there and play it, or you can go to a website where I, aka GamerWolfSix, have the video uploaded, and that website rhymes with Pornhub. And with that, let's get back to the game. Soon after rolling over, Kouya brought his face close, and without pause, he kissed me. He then held me in his arms as he pushed me down, and the two of us laid down in bed. It was so comfortable there, wrapped up in Kouya's warmth. That drowsiness quickly spread over me. I slowly dozed off into the darkness. I felt like I had heard Kouya's voice, but I couldn't tell what he was saying. He seemed to notice, and he replaced his words with a soft press of his lips to my brow. After feeling only that, I drifted into sleep as softness wrapped around me. What I felt then, more than anything else, was a moment of great happiness. Okay, sorry for that cut in the middle, but I mean, YouTube. I tried to look it up and, well, they're a bit stricter these days. So hopefully just having everything cut will placate them. But anyways, yeah. That's the end of this episode. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. If you're interested in playing that game, you can go down to the link in the description where you can download and play it for free. Again, there'll be another 8 scene sometime later on. We'll be doing the same thing we did for this episode for that. And I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I'm going to do with, general H content. Maybe if I get things together, I'll be able to put it on a certain website that sounds like Pornhub. That would also have my username for there, GamerWolfSix. So you can go there and check that out if you want. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode. So please comment, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out other videos to help it grow. And please, of course, remember to spay neuter your animals so you don't have, so they don't become anthropomorphic and then have hot H scenes. But yeah, definitely try and control the pet population. And until next time on Let's Play by me, the GamerWolfSix of Morenatsu, the original Kouya's Roots. See ya.